Welcome everyone, the parent's worst nightmare is back with an updated way to bypass screen time on your device. So my last tutorial, you can see here, it's still fully working. However, it takes, half an hour to do if you watch everything through. This updated way is going to take you 5 minutes, so it's far easier than the last one, which is why I'm making this updated video. So first of all, I recommend you watch the full video from start to end to just make sure you actually are okay with following the steps in this tutorial. And the reason why is because what we're going to be doing is, if I go to screen time here, we're going to disable the screen time passcode, and then we're going to be able to re-enable it with our own passcode. So what this will not do is you'll not be able to discover the existing screen time passcode on your device. Instead, you'll be disabling screen time without the passcode and then re-enabling it with your own passcode. So if you have any issues with that, then don't keep on watching. However, if you have screen time and you would like to disable it and then re-enable it with your own passcode, let's continue with this guide. So in order to get the party started, you will need access to either a Windows or Mac computer. If you don't have access to a computer, you have a bunch of options. Either borrow one from a friend, borrow one from a family member. Don't go to your parents and say, hey, can I borrow your laptop to, bypass your screen time passcode? That may not end well. You could also try doing this in school. A friend maybe has a laptop which they bring inside of school. Use the school computers, use work computers. Just find a computer to do this on. We need a computer in order to restore a custom backup which will disable the screen time passcode in the first place. There is no way to do this without a computer. So I'm going to go to my computer right now and show you the next steps we need to take. On the computer, you just want to head over to supervise.me. The link will be in the description. Now, I know parents will also watch these screen time bypass tutorials and they will block all the links I show in order to prevent their kids from following these guides. And one thing I'm going to say is, if you're a child and your parent has blocked this website, what you'll need to do is there's a couple of options. First of all, try using your phone, set up a hotspot, and then hotspot to your computer and see if you can access supervise.me that way. If you can't, you will need to set up a free VPN. Just search on Google, free VPN for Windows, and then download one of those and see if that works. If that still doesn't work, then you may need to go to, let's say, your school, use another device to download all the files shown in this video, and then send them over to your computer via, email, something like that, where your parents cannot block. So what we're going to do, as once we're here, we're going to click on Screen Time Bypass, and we'll click on View here, and we'll just close for this message. And we see here the Screen Time Bypass. So there are step-by-step instructions, which will show you how to do this if you really hate my voice, or let's say, your screen time limit's about to end and you just need to follow text instructions. I'm going to be showing you how to do this on Windows. If you're on Mac, there are dedicated instructions. You will just need to follow those on the website. So we need to download the backup. So we'll just click on this one, and we'll just see here the Screen Time Bypass.zip will download. If you see this ads here, whatever it says, just close out of it. Now what we're going to do is we just want to follow step 1. So we see here, download iBackup for Windows and iTunes. We need to download these two tools. So in order to download them, just click on it, and it will redirect you to the iBackup download, and you can see iBackup is downloading here. Wait for it to finish downloading, and then set it up on your computer. Then we need to do the same for iTunes, so we'll just click into this one. You can see iTunes is downloading. So make sure you have iTunes downloaded, set up, same with iBackup. And once you have those two set up, we can proceed with the next step. So on the computer itself, what we need to do is we need to open up the File Explorer. We need to navigate to Downloads, and we just want to find that Screen Time Bypass.zip. So we'll double click into this one, and we should see this folder. So once we're here, we just want to click on Extract Tool. So we just want to extract the zip. And then we'll just click on Extract, and now the Screen Time Bypass backup has been extracted. So once it's extracted, we can now open up the iBackup application. So I'm going to do that like so. And when you open this application up, you may get a bunch of error messages and pop-ups, all that good stuff. Just click on OK to any messages you may see. So the next step is we need to plug in our device to the computer. So I'm going to do that now. Once your device is connected to the computer, just go to the home screen, and you may see a message which says trust the connection. Just tap on trust. It will ask you to enter in your passcode, enter in your passcode. And then once you're here, what we're going to do is we should see our device. You can see this is my iPhone 6s here at the very top. And so what we need to do is we're going to click on Open the Backup. We're going to navigate to Downloads. And we just want to find that Screen Time Bypass folder. So we'll double click into it. Double click one more time. And you want to double click until you see no items match your search. Once we're here, we'll just click on Select Folder. And now the Screen Time Bypass backup is here. So we're going to click on the plus, System Files, and then Search, and then Config. Click on Enter, and now you see Configuration Profiles. So what we're going to do is we're going to click into this one, and then we're going to click on restore. Now there's one step, very important, you need to do on the device, and I'm going to show that now before we proceed. On the device itself, you need to head over to settings, and you need to navigate to the top here, and you'll most likely see your name. You need to tap into your name. There'll be an option for Find My, and you must turn off Find My before proceeding with the next step. If you don't turn off Find My, you will receive restore error, and that means you will not be able to proceed. If you can't find Find My, you can always Google a tutorial, and if you still are having issues, I just recommend you sign out of your iCloud account entirely. After restoring this backup, we can turn back on our iCloud account, we can turn back on Find My, so there's nothing to worry about. Seems like we have an error, just click on no for any of those. And so once Find My is turned off, you see where passcode is, just tap on it, and you just want to enter in the passcode, which is 1111. It's just 4 ones, just type on your keyboard 1111 4 times, and then we'll click on OK, and now the backup will restore. So once we see the message which says restore completed, we're good to go. If you see restore error, I've covered everything earlier on in the video. So we can now click on OK, and you do not need the computer anymore. So if you need to delete all the files you downloaded, you can now delete all those files. I also recommend clearing your history or supervised.me, just in case your parents are actually gonna, check out your computer. So, just go and clear all the history, and then you are good to go. You do not need a computer anymore. So on the device itself, it's now going to restart. So how this works is we'll just give it a couple of seconds. It'll bring you back to the setup screen, and then it will be kicked back to the home screen, and screen time will be disabled. So we'll just give it a couple of seconds. So you can see here's the setup screen. Just click home to open or swipe up, then click next, and give it a couple of seconds, and then you should be brought straight to the home screen. So I don't want to cut this so you can see this is fully legit what's about to happen here. And so any moment now, it's taking its time, but it should bring us straight to the home screen, just like that. And once we're here, let's open up settings, screen time, and you can see screen time has been restricted. So that means you followed every instruction correctly. So once we're here, what we need to do is we need to unrestrict screen time. So here's the thing, you can leave it restricted if you want to, but let's say you're a child and you're following this guide. If your parents see screen time has been restricted, they know something's up, obviously. So what we need to do is we're going to turn back on screen time with our own passcode to confuse the parent, because they may just be stupid. So let's go to general here, VPN and device management, and you see these two profiles. I want you to delete both of them. So tap into this one, remove, remove, and then remove, remove. And then what we're going to do is we'll go back to screen time. Now you can see turn on screen time. So we'll just tap on turn on, continue. Is this iPhone for yourself or your child? I recommend you still set this is my child's iPhone, even though it technically is yours, screw your parents, but set a downtime. I recommend you also set a downtime and app limits. And the reason why is because if you don't set a downtime and this is your own iPhone, you can turn off screen time without actually entering in the passcode. However, if you set downtime, if it's your child's iPhone, then you can't turn off screen time without the passcode, so that will stop your parents in their tracks. Screen time passcode, obviously set whichever passcode you would like, and screen time recovery, just tap on cancel and skip for that. And there we go, we have now successfully set up screen time with our own passcode and removed the old one. So there you go, that's how to bypass the screen time passcode on your device. Thanks for watching, see you guys later. How badass is this? Bye bye.